Most commonly, when people think of those who influenced calculus, they would think of Pythagoras, Euclid, or even Isaac Newton. While all of these mathematicians contribute greatly with their discoveries, Archimedes of Syracuse is known for one of the founding fathers of calculus. He has made several contributions to the calculus, including establishing the hydrostatic principle and his most beloved discovery, the volume of a sphere. Nonetheless, these are only a couple of the discoveries that the great man uncovered that gave him the honorable title of becoming one of the greatest minds that ever lived. Archimedes was born somewhere around the time 287 BC in the city-state of Syracuse on the island of Sicily. For the majority of his life, it is recorded that Archimedes lived in Syracuse. However, he did study abroad in Alexandria, Egypt. Very little information of his family is revealed. However, it is written in one of his works called the Second Reckoner that his father was an astronomer named Phidias. It is likely due to his father Phidias that Archimedes was the brilliant mind that he was of his time. Archimedes was highly acclaimed of his town, since he had received an education from what was well known as the intelligent capital of the world at the time had been taught to him so well. He tutored the king of Syracuse at the time, King Hero's son Galileo. Though there is no proof of the theory of, it is rumored that King Hiero was related to Archimedes. Nonetheless, it is Archimedes and King Hiero were relatively close. One of Archimedes' most honorable discoveries was that the hydrostatic principle, aka Archimedes' principle, the principle itself states, a solid denser than a fluid will, when immersed in the fluid, be lighter by weight of the fluid it displaces. Archimedes came about this discovery when his close associate, King Hiero, had been delivered a crown made in his honor. The king did not trust that the goldsmith had made his crown of pure gold as he had wanted it, and was circulating his mind to order the king ordered a chimney to determine if it was real gold. Archimedes was truly puzzled. He worked relentlessly trying to find an answer to tell the king, but it wasn't until his bath time that he did. When he stepped into his tub, he noticed that the water within the tub had risen due to his body being submerged into it. As he realized this, he emerged from the bath, examining Eureka, which translates into I found it. To be fully sure that his discovery was entirely true, he did other tests. The experiment consisted of tracking the overflow of water when the quality of gold was the same weight but much larger in size of the crown placed in the water. When the block of pure gold had greater overflow than the king's crown, Archimedes knew that his assumption was valid. Archimedes had pure love for all things geometry. However, the value of pi, which is used when making calculations for a sphere, circle, or cylinder, has not been verified as an value. In other words, it was just a known variable with no determined value. Archimedes would not have this understood. His method for finding the value of pi was circumscribing and inscribing a circle in a polygon with a total of 96 sides. Given the fact that he knew the values of the diameter of the circle, along with the radius and the measurements of the side of the 96-sided polygon, he was able to calculate pi's value to be between 3/10 and 71 and 3 1/7. Archimedes' discovery was widely respected at the time, but later on the 15th century in India, and once again in the 17th century in Europe. The value of pi was extended in value by scholars determining decimal principles. In Archimedes, there had been formulas for calculating the volume and surface area of just all geographic shapes, if not most. However, Archimedes seemed as if he would not be able to rest until he discovered had he uncovered that of the spear. After enduring an immense amount of contemplation, he later realized that the volume and surface area of a spear somewhat proportional to that of a circumcised cylinder.